Welcome to Blend with Techverx, where we dissolve the line between cutting edge technology and business results. I'm your host, Kamil. On our last show, we explored the nuts and bolts of AI models. Today, we're stepping into the command center to see how it all comes together. We're going to explore how a modern technology leader orchestrates everything from custom software to DevOps and core ERP systems to create undeniable value. So, our guest today has lived this transformation on the front lines, and I'm very excited to welcome Alistair Vance. Alistair is a seasoned functional CTO who hasn't just talked strategy, he's implemented it, driving massive change in some of the toughest sectors out there, such as retail, manufacturing, and finance. Alistair, it's great to have you on Blend with TechWorks.
Camille, thanks for having me. It's great to be here. I appreciate that you focus on the blend because that's where the real work happens. Not in the tech alone, but in its fusion with the business.
Absolutely. So let's start there with your background. You've seen it all. Alistair, how do you define the mandate of a CTO today? Is it different in manufacturing plant versus a financial institution?
The core mandate is surprisingly universal: drive efficient, scalable growth. The tactics, however, are tailored. In manufacturing, my focus might be on using technology to increase overall equipment effectiveness, or OEE, by even 2%. In finance, it's about speed to market for a new trading product, while being 100% compliant. In retail, it's about supply chain efficiency and customer personalization. But the role is always to be the engine of that outcome. It's about moving from a cost center that fixes laptops to a strategic value driver that the CEO relies on for a competitive edge.
That focus on tangible outcomes, as you mentioned, is key, right? So let's talk about the engine room. We hear a lot about platform engineering from the CFO of a manufacturing firm or the head of merchandising at a retail company. This can sound like tech jargons, right? So how do you explain its value to them in terms they'll understand?
Right. You can't walk into a board meeting and talk about Kubernetes ingress controllers. I explain it with an analogy from their world. In manufacturing, you invest in a state-of-the-art automated assembly line. It has all the tools, safety guards, and robotics built in. Your workers don't need to build the conveyor belt. They just focus on assembling a perfect product, quickly and consistently. Our internal developer platform is that automated assembly line, but for software. It allows our developers, whether they're building a new e-commerce feature for a retailer or a risk analysis tool for a bank, to get the secure, scalable infrastructure they need with the push of a button. The result is speed and quality. We're not just coding faster, we're innovating faster than the competition.
Wow, man. The software assembly line, that makes perfect sense. Now let's inject the big disruptor, not the hype, but the reality. You worked in data rich industries. Can you give us a concrete example of how you've successfully embedded AI into a core process in, let's say, retail or manufacturing?
This is where it gets exciting. In a large-scale retail operation I worked with, the battle was inventory. Too much, and your capital is tied up. Too little, and you lose sales. Their ERP was great at telling them what they sold yesterday. We didn't replace the ERP. We built an AI intelligence layer on top of it. This layer consumed data from the ERP, the CRM, and even external sources like weather forecasts and local events. The AI model, a time series forecast using a transformer architecture, didn't just look at past sales. It predicted future demand with startling accuracy. The output wasn't a report. It was an automated API call that adjusted inventory orders in the ERP. We reduced overstock by 18% and stockouts by 12%. The AI wasn't the product. It was the silent, intelligent engine driving a core business metric. That's how you get buy-in.
Wow, man. When you said 18% reduction, that really caught my attention. So speaking of that, it's a number any CFO can get behind. But getting that clean data from old manufacturing MES or a legacy banking platform is a huge challenge, and I've personally dealt with those kind of challenges, and it just doesn't stop there. It's even more difficult to put this entire success story across to anyone. However, the value proposition for that foundational data work, which can be expressed as a VAI data quality, isn't always immediately obvious. So then, how do you pitch that long-term investment?
You never sell the plumbing. You sell the clean water. I don't talk about building data pipelines. I talk about enabling real-time financial fraud detection. I don't talk about data lakes. I talk about creating a digital twin of our factory floor to predict maintenance and prevent costly downtime. I show them the cost of not doing it. Our competitor can identify a fraudulent transaction in 200 milliseconds. It takes us 4 hours. Why? Because their data is clean and accessible, and ours is in 15 different silos. You frame it as a direct enabler of strategic goals and a mitigator of competitive risk. You make it irresponsible not to make the investment.
So, framing it as a competitive necessity, I really like that. This brings us to the systems themselves, the build versus the buy debate, right? So, with your experience across so many different industries, how do you approach this now, with composable architectures being the new standard?
The philosophy is build your competitive advantage, buy everything else. It's a portfolio approach. In finance, we would never build our own human resources information system. We'd buy a best-in-class SaaS solution like Workday. That's a commodity. But the proprietary algorithm that analyzes market volatility to hedge our portfolio, that is our secret sauce. We build that in-house with our best quants and engineers, and we build it as a microservice so we can update it daily if we need to. In retail, you buy your standard POS system, but you build your unique customer loyalty and personalization engine. The key is that everything is connected via APIs. The modern IT landscape isn't a single monolithic castle. It's a thriving city of specialized buildings connected by a superhighway of APIs.
A thriving city of specialized buildings. That's a fantastic visual. We're almost out of time, Alistair. One last forward-looking question: what piece of technical debt do you think is a ticking time bomb inside most large retail, manufacturing, financial companies right now? I know the answer, but the only reason I know the answer is that I've been there. But I really want to get an expert response from you.
Camille, it's AI governance debt. It's the next level of the AI model problem. Companies have deployed AI for credit scoring, supply chain forecasting, and dynamic pricing. But they have no clear audit trail for why the AI made a specific decision. And when a regulator asks a bank, why was this loan application denied by your AI? And the bank can't answer, that's a multi-million-dollar fine waiting to happen. When a retail pricing model inadvertently creates a discriminatory outcome, that's a brand disaster. The lack of a robust governance and explainability framework around these powerful systems is the single biggest unaddressed risk I see today.
Yeah, so I'm raising a flag here that it's a crucial warning on AI governance. Alistair, this has been incredibly practical and insightful session. Here's my final question for you. What is the one question a non-technical CEO should be asking their tech leaders this week?
Camille, I believe, that they should ask, show me how our technology is building a moat around our business. Is it making us cheaper, faster, or providing a unique experience our competitors can't copy? The answer needs to be a business answer, not a tech answer. It should be a story of competitive advantage, told in dollars, percentages, and customer satisfaction points.
Wow, man, powerful and direct. Alistair Vance, thank you for blending your deep technical expertise with such clear business strategy here on the show today. I'm really looking forward for having more great conversations with you in the future.
The pleasure was all mine, Camille. Thanks for the great conversation.
So that's all the time we have for this episode of Blend with Techworks. A huge thank you to our guest, Alistair Vance, Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss our next episode where we'll dive into the world of DevOps, SecOps. And I'm Kamil, and we'll see you next time as we continue to blend technology with business.